Hey, everybody, I'm Wayne Nelson, and along with the other four handsome gentlemen on this screen, we are collectively Little River Band. Um, we've gathered tonight to talk about the release of our new CD, which is called Black Tie. It's a live CD recorded over the course of a year with an orchestra on stage with us. So we've added orchestrations to all the hits and some of the new songs. Um, First thing I'd like to do is make sure you know everybody in the band. Again, I'm Wayne, I play bass, and once in a while I sing lead vocals.
Hey everybody, I'm Chris Marion. I've been in the band about 16 years. It feels like 50, but I've only been 16 at this point. And yeah, so anyway, I'm a keyboard player.
And he did all the orchestra arrangements.
Indeed, yeah, I did the orchestra.
You're hiding your bushel. And in order of seniority, the next person is upper left.
I'm Rich, and I play one of the two lead guitars in the band. I've been joined in 2006, which is 15 years.
15 years. Been in me bunk for 15 years.
Bunk for 15 years.
My name is Ryan Ricks, and I play drums for the band. And on a very rare occasion, I will sing a background vocal part or two.
Yeah, like from start to finish, kind of rare.
I've been in the band for 8 years now.
That's right.
Holy.
And last, but certainly not least, Mr. Winery.
Hey, I'm Colin Winery. I play guitar, I sing, and that's basically
You dance?
Yes, I've been accused of dancing, not very well, but yeah. So I think what am I in year 3?
You're coming up on 3.
Coming up on 3.
Depends on how this recording goes.
Yeah. There are no watches or statues or anything given for 3 years. I'm sorry. Nor
None for 15 either, by the way.
Buttons.
I wanted to say that.
none for 40 either.
Those 3-year buttons.
So before we get to this, I wanted to say thank you to Time Life. With this new CD is being released digitally around the world by Time Life, which is in itself a huge undertaking. But the marketing department for Time Life has gathered some questions for the band to answer so that you can get to know us a little bit and know how this CD came together. So the first topic these questions are grouped in is, what is our favorite track on the CD and why? I'll go first. I'm always blown away every night by the message for Lost and Lonely, the fact that it's a new song and people still gravitate to it as if they knew it and it was a hit. And what Chris did just magnified the power of that message. That one is always that's a landmark moment for me to get there. It's a third of the way in and we're all warm and we're all going for it. And that song has such power and the audience reacts to it so well. They always have since day one. So that probably is my standout track, and Time Life has chosen it as a single. So they must be hearing it too. Chris, what about you? You got a favorite?
Well, I think the first song that I did in orchestration on was It's a Long Way There, the first song in the show. And I think that was kind of the spending time with that and really kind of learning how to weave the things we were already doing arrangement wise and what people were doing instrumentally into a part. I mean, it was kind of like the virginal run at doing a whole symphonic arrangement. And it's got every lick I knew and some I stole from other people too. So it really, and I remember that was the first, when the timpani kicks off that roll and the violins do their run up for that first big shebang at the very top where the orchestra comes in. I mean, I remember I took one ear out for that when we did the Augusta show, and it was like, I almost was just moved to, I was a little verklempt, as they say, you know. I mean, it was kind of like, oh my God, this really, this is a real arrangement, you know, and they're really playing the stuff that I sweat blood kind of figuring out. So that song will always be probably the favorite one of the bunch. I mean, they're all, I love the strings on Reminiscing, but that was kind of using parts that were already arranged, you know, because the song had the arrangement on it. But anyway, that probably it's a long way there.
Well, it sure is I mean, it's a monumental start every night.
Yeah.
Full on, you know, vocals, top of our range. Here we come, you know, buckle up. So that, I hear you. Rich, you got a fave?
Well, I could be really self-serving and say that "On an Island" is my favorite song, but
Why not?
and that really is one of my favorite moments in the show, just because of, you know, it's a point of pride with me, and watching the reaction to it is really a cool thing. But aside from that one, I'm gonna have to go with "Cool Change," just because of the looking out in the audience. People are always, there's somebody just having a religious experience with that song.
Yep.
When we do it, and the strings just magnify that, and you know, the arrangements and the horn parts and everything, and the dual guitar stuff that Colin and I have worked out on that song, just gives us a chance to sort of stretch it out and enjoy the moment. So I'm going to have to say "Cool Change."
An excellent choice. You're right. It's become an anthem on its own. And the section, it just goes to a completely different place, and the surprise for everybody is wonderful to watch. Ryan, what about you? What's your fave?
Oh, if I had to pick, I'd have to tie between two, probably Night Owls and Cool Change. I think that Night Owls has this kind of raw energy to it, and then when you add the orchestration arrangement to it, it really complements. One thing about Chris's arrangements, he doesn't just, it's always nice to have string section, it's always nice to have a horn section, it's always nice to, you know, it makes the sound thicker, but he really complements what's going on in the song. And the energy level and that rawness that's there with Night Owls is really, you know, that song is starts at about 50% and goes on, ends at about 150%, and it's you know, just pure in your face energy, but it's a great, you know, great arrangement. I love what everything, total package at the end of end of the song is really nice, really wonderful. And to echo what Rich said, that "Cool Change" is a real emotional song anyway, and you know, it goes up, comes down, goes back up, comes back down, but it's you know, the strings, the thick strings on there that are in your, especially when I'm thinking, when I'm listening to it, I'm thinking about playing with it, you know, I'm playing to the song as well. And in that moment, it's like, you know, you're not going to have too many more musical moments like that while you're playing that at that time. That's how big the sound is. I love that.
I love there's another element to Night Owls that, too, actually. First of all, you get to stretch, and there's a solo moment up front for you where it's just spotlight on you, and that's always fun to listen to you stretch out at the front of the song. But the very first time I heard that arrangement, I heard what from French horns back in the back, like the calling of the hounds to get out and run with the wolves.
It's the Roman army.
Huh?
It's the Roman army.
Yeah, and if it was up to me, that would have been much louder in the mix, but somebody made me turn it down. So.
Oh. Wonder who that was.
Look at the time, guys.
My co-producer.
And Mr. Wintery, you got a fave over there?
I got to go Team Rich on this one. Cool change, and literally for the same reasons. On the first few notes of the intro, you see people just immediately start. It's like the emotions, and then of course the extended guitar solos in the middle are like the highlights of my evening. I would say so much fun to play.
Yeah, yeah. You guys play as one. I mean, if you were a horn section, they'd say you breathe as one. You've worked so hard at it. It's truly wonderful to watch, and for guitar players to come backstage and just go, "Holy cow! How do you stay so tight?" Even on nights when we're like, "Well, you should have heard us when we were." When we were great last week or so, you have nights that are good and bad, but the degrees are so small, and what you guys do together is just phenomenal. I thought maybe you would have picked Happy Anniversary just out of love of being a step up and sing lead vocals, because you take that whole lead vocal, and it's fantastic. Because
that one would be like second. Because we kind of extend that one too. Extra solos. Chris plays this really super cool synth thing, and also that was one that when I was in high school we played in our talent show. We couldn't figure out the chords on the bridge, so we made up our own bridge. But anyway, so to come full circle and be singing that, yes, it's a blast.
Very cool. Very cool.